And here from the world-famous TJ Ribs, some of the best baby back ribs in the world. This is the Overtime Show with Athletic Director Roman Banks, a closer look at Jaguar Athletics. Coach, how you doing, my man?
Say Chris Powell.
Man, I did walking all over New Orleans. New Orleans did a great event. I know you guys were there for the HBCU Day in New Orleans for the Super Bowl. New Orleans could have done a better job of hosting. And Southern University Band, the Human Jukebox,
That's
did they not like unbelievable at the pregame show?
You know,
I was so proud.
I tell them that's one group that I know undefeated.
Unbelievable.
I don't know if they lost
That's
a
right.
game yet,
That's right. That's right. And I was I got an invite to an NFL party on Friday. It was an NFL house, private party. And Jacobs, the running back.
Be careful what you say now.
Jacob, the running back for the Indianapolis Colts, the all-pro running back, told me that I had my Southern shirt on, and he said, man, I've always wanted to go to an HBCU game and watch that and the experience of the Bayou Classic. And I said, man, come on over to the Bayou Classic. If you got an open date for the Indianapolis Colts, come on out, and it'd be fun to have you there.
Well, you know, the Bayou Classic is a mega. It's known all over the country.
Yep.
So, you know, and obviously our game is growing. This conference is growing. And if you look at the ratings as the HBCU conference, particularly the SWAC, we are rated pretty high up there as it relates to television, people watching our games. And
right.
So that's one thing that the commission is pushing. We get the views just like the mid-majors are getting. And we hope to leverage that into some type of revenue in the future.
No question about that. And by the way, Southern University, the brand with the Human Jukebox on there, and they announced them, and the Dancing Dolls was there too. 128 million people were watching that show. That's absolutely unbelievable. So the Kansas City Chiefs couldn't do the three-peat, but the Southern University Lady Jag bowling team did the three-peat.
Yeah.
They won the regular season championship 3 years in a row.
Let me see that three-peat dance.
And also, Coach Doyle, 3 SWAC Coaching of the Year.
That's right.
In bowling.
That's right.
How about
Let's hear
that? 3 in a row. His first 3 years. And there's pressure on him every year after that.
Right. He just keep gaining pressure and pressure. Obviously, you know, getting a chance to go over and watch them on Sunday. And, you know, I say it all the time about a lot of sports of ours, but going to watch just a competitive level, people don't probably understand. And I learned more from him about bowling, techniques and what it takes and adjustment, his coaching styles, what he's telling them, watching them very closely. You know, it's obviously we have one of the better coaches, not just in the SWAC, but in all Division I as it relates to our bowling program. And, you know, you have a lot of programs riding back, trying to put things in perspective. You know, you have some Division II and Division III schools, some of the best programs in the country. So when you watch who he's playing and the schedule, you'll say they played a little small school out of Florida, a little small school in New York. But they probably are in the top 50 bowling
right.
team. And so he's putting his team in situations where they have to compete out of conference. And so when they get in conference, I think that they're in a relaxed state, and it begins to be repetitious and listen to his instructions, and they do very well.
How about the Lady Jags basketball team? They had a heartbreaking loss against Alcorn State here at home in overtime. Then they go on the road to Alabama. You know this, tough place to play at Huntsville and also in Montgomery. And they win. They sweep Alabama State and Alabama A&M. They're 9-2 in conference play. They're right there, right behind Texas Southern and the Tigers, which, by the way, the big game tomorrow night at the Mini-Dome, Texas Southern against Southern University, the Lady Jags, 6:30 p.m. tip-off.
Yeah, so I'll be there early. I'll be there at like 4 o'clock anticipating this jump ball, right?
Yeah.
We went over to watch them against when we played on the away at Texas Southern, and obviously we feel like, and I'll let Coach Funches talk about that, but it was a competitive game. We led most of the game, and it got away from us in the end. So it's just excitement for me to look and watch coaches and how their team can grow up and mature. Mm-hmm. And I think this time of year, there are some teams that's going to stall out, and there are some teams that's going to continue to get better. And I think that we have the coaches and the student athletes that's still trying to learn, still trying to get it, so that means that we can get better, and they come out and compete every night. So this program, and I said this again, you know, as it relates to basketball, in the last 5 years, he done been to the NCAA tournament twice.
Yep.
And sometimes some people don't never get there, and so that proves that our program is one of the best in the conference, and the expectation is to continue to do what he's been doing.
No question. When they played UAPB for the 2 years ago for the conference championship tournament title, UAPB never been to the tournament.
That's right.
That was their first time they were in the championship, so that was pretty big. How about the men's basketball team? 10-1, number one by 2 games over in the SWAC. Obviously, they split one on the road with Alabama A&M and Alabama State. Now, they've got a big game now. We've got, as we mentioned, the game tomorrow, Thursday night, will be at 6:30 p.m. And then on Saturday, it's another doubleheader, big game on Saturday, as we'll have our first game at 2:30 p.m. with the Lady Jags taking on the Lady Panthers of Prairie View A&M. And the men's team is going to take on the Panthers. That game is around 5 o'clock. Then on Monday, show up and show how Southern University is loud and proud. At 8 p.m. on Monday is the tip-off, special tip-off on Monday from the Mini-Dome. Southern will take on Texas Southern. Big game for a battle of first place. Not only that, but it's going to be on ESPNU, national TV again.
National TV, yes.
National exposure for Southern.
So we're hoping, I talk about TV games, and obviously we want to make sure when they turn on the game, they see how we conduct ourselves at Southern, and that means being routed. That means the stands being packed. That means the band being loud. Coach John say getting on the referees from the beginning to the end. But that's the expectation for Thursday, Saturday, and Monday.
That's right.
And I think that, traditionally I tell everybody that it looks the old way. And I'm used to seeing back in Coach Joe them days and championship days where the gym was always full to the Raptors. If you look at pictures back then, it's full to the Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a level of dominancy back then. And so we're looking to have that, looking for our fans to be engaged with that. And so this is a big home stand for both of our basketball programs. And we need everyone to come out and support them big time to try to push us over to get these wins and keep us, on the championship level to win our league.
That's right. Tennis, men's tennis will be at Nicholls State. That'll be on the 13th, which is tomorrow also. They're going to take on UIC. That's going to be on the 28th. And then at Chicago State. So they'll be up in the Midwestern states coming up for a while. Women is going to be at McNeese on Valentine's Day on February 14th.
So athletics don't stop. You're talking about Valentine's Day like that's unusual.
Yeah. They keep going and rolling.
We year round. The coach is looking at me right now like we year round.
Don't stop.
There's no resting,
right? Get off?
Yeah.
And then they're going to take on McNeese State on the 20th, and then they're actually going to be on the 14th at McNeese State. Then they're going to play Southeastern Louisiana on the 20th, and then, of course, at LSU on March 2nd.
And that's Coach Connors, and adding the men program has been really good for us. Mm-hmm. And so, as you hear, you're calling out those games, some of them male games, some of them female games. And so, it's a lot going on in that world, and Coach Connors have his hands, full trying to make sure we're adjusting our schedule and make sure we represent each team very, very well. And so, they're kicking off, and let's see, I tease them all the time in our staff meeting. Coach Connors was called Championship Connors, right?
Right.
And, he won, 5, 6 in a row? And so I'm just wondering, I just told him he better look out because Coach Dahl on his trail. It ain't going to take too many more.
That's right. That's right. He's coming.
Yeah.
Speaking of coming, softball opened up their season play in California this past weekend. They're going to be the HBCU Collegiate Invitational in Covington, Georgia, coming up this week as well. So, and then baseball starts this weekend in Houston at the old Minute Maid Park in downtown Houston at the Major League Baseball Stadium. And then next Tuesday, remember, they play at LSU at Alec Box Stadium, where we beat them last year.
Correct. And obviously, we're looking to go in for that upset again, but from a coach's perspective, I know that Coach Crenshaw is looking at the Houston game first, right?
Right.
Where they start off. And I think, our softball team went out on the West Coast, represented us well, and they go into the tournament. I think they leave early in the morning. And so we will see where we are as it relates to playing teams at our level, all HBCUs. And so I think that we're going to go over there and do pretty well. That's kind of where Coach Britt want to go out there and get a feel for a team and see the level of competition that they're playing.
Speaking of doing very well, very good. Tashina Elise won in track and field, won the 60
we need to
meters
give it up for her.
hurdles at UAB. How about that? She won it all.
Yeah.
She's ranked number 30th in the country, ranked 30th. And coming up February 22nd, 23rd, the SWAC Indoor Championship in Birmingham, Alabama. That's pretty big. Elise is doing very good.
You know, our track program, what we have, Rod, this is three championships with Coach Dahl getting it this weekend. And so I anticipate 2 more coming up here real soon, men and women basketball. and I anticipate a few more as it relates to softball, baseball, and track and those other sports. You know, I do think, and I said this earlier, is that I do think is Southern is representing themselves well. 3 in 1 year, that's a whole lot when you start talking about winning first place.
No question.
And so I do think we have more in our toolbox that we can win this year, and so we're excited about that. And obviously we want to be known as one of the best programs, not just HBCU, but across the country. And this landscape that is going, you're going to have to be recognized as a winner, have coaches that can go get these type of players and let them understand they worked at Southern, and you'll get the opportunity to be in your career, whether you play professionally or graduate, that we look out for you that way as well. So it's a lot left in our tank, and I think at the end of the day, you know, we'll be right there at the top of being close to setting a record for the most championships in 1 year at Southern.
I know you like that.
I love that.
I love that. Yes, indeed. How about golf, both men and women, at Alabama State Spring Invitational, February 16th through 17th in Montgomery, Alabama. And both are at the HBCU Collegiate February 22nd through 24th in Weston Hills, Florida.
So a quick joke is we had staff meeting this morning, all the head coaches, and I said, recognizing our programs and what a good job they're doing. I say, well, our golf program, we're doing a good job. We're in the top 5 of HBCUs. And Coach Pope looked at everybody and said, no, we're in the top 4. So that 1 minute difference. But they are ranked 4 as it relates to HBCUs, and we're not too far from 3 as it relates to strokes. And so just say that we just brought that program back a year ago. That's pretty awesome.
That is incredible to be that fast, because, I mean, not only to rebuild, like they talk about a program that you lost all seniors and what have you, but to build a program from scratch we haven't had in a long time, that's pretty impressive.
And let me say this, and once again, I like to give credit where credit is due, and that have a lot to do with our supporters at Southern University, right? Because they were able to put some money in the kitty for us to bring these programs and not just start the programs, but be right there to compete once we brought these programs back. And they have done a great job. The golf alumni team, alums, and some of the boosters, they continue. And with that support, it makes a difference, and that's a prime example.
No question about that. Well, coming up, one of the big examples that he's setting is Coach Barry Doyle, women's bowling coach, 3-time back-to-back regular season champions, and the SWAC will join us right here next as we continue with the Overtime Show with Athletic Director Roland Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics right here from TJ Ribbs on Pelican Sports TV.
You're going to see the Dahl shuffle in a minute.
We're a nation of hardworking Americans, and businesses will always be the lifeline of this great country. As a business owner, you understand the importance of your reputation. In times of uncertainty, you need a real lawyer who's serious about protecting you and your business. You need a problem solver. You need the law firm of Clayton and Fouger. Tony Clayton is a proven trial lawyer. He'll defend you and your business to the fullest extent of the law. Protect your investment and call the law firm of Clayton and Fouger today.
I need to try it first.
What I love about T-Mobile is that just about anywhere you go, you're going to have coverage.
Where I live is a rural area. The coverage has been awesome.
Reliable coverage is super important for me, for my business. And after investing billions to light up our network from big cities to small towns, T-Mobile is America's largest and fastest 5G network. Now take charge of your phone upgrades with our best Go 5G plans and be upgrade ready as early as every year with Go 5G Next at T-Mobile.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on, savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Hi, I'm Congressman Troy Carter, and I proudly represent Louisiana's 2nd Congressional District. I support the S Club and everything Southern University. Go Jaguars!
All right, welcome back, everybody, as we continue with the Overtime Show with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics. Right here from TJ Ribs on Acadian and I-10. Here with the three-time SWAC Coach of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, bring it up, Coach Barry Doyle. 3 times man alive. Finished the SWAC at 21-7 of the SWAC East Roundup last week, 11-3. Congratulations. You had confidence in your team that you were going to do this. You were down by 1, down by 2 as we get ready to the end of the season, and you were in that same position the last year, and you came back and you won it for the 3rd year in a row. Coach, I know you're proud of your champions.
Very proud. Man, it's been a long week. I keep earning names every year. I've been called Cody. Now I'm being called Trey. I've been compared to Nick Saban and Deion
there
Sanders.
You go. Hey.
It's pretty awesome. I said, well, maybe Coach is going to surprise me and bring me one of them Nick Saban contracts. You know?
Right. There you go.
Good.
You know, Coach, they talk about the program. I think Nick Saban, you bring up Nick Saban, I think Nick Saban obviously is a great coach, great college coach, didn't make it in the National Football League, this or that. It takes a while. But I noticed that a lot of people said that when they go to Nick Saban's camps, if the first player comes out with their socks midway through their calf, the second, third, fourth, fifth, and players comes out with their sock. I think it's a lot of the program that he does. How are you when you look at that? Is it about up coaching or making sure your athletes deal with the program that you are setting forth to win these championships?
I mean, my girls they just bought in. I mean, I'm loaded with seniors, 4 seniors, so they know what's expected. Coach Banks, he kind of talked about it. You know, I have taken them. We've bowled against the top teams in the country, so they're not afraid of anybody on the other side of the lane. And you know, this was one of the hardest patterns we've ever bowled on this past weekend. Normally it takes us about 5 hours. It took us 8 hours. That's how tough it was. But the girls persevered, man. People were laughing at me this week. Monday and Tuesday, I wore flip-flops to work. I didn't want to tell them, but my feet were swollen. I stood up 8 hours a day. It was rough.
Nyla Wilson, all-SWAC second team, finished 7th overall. Jalen Rogers, all-SWAC first team, finished 4th overall. So you got some heavyweights right there doing a great job.
Jalen Rogers has been first team all-SWAC all 4 years. She was freshman of the year.
Wow.
She's just been phenomenal. Nyla was first team all-SWAC last year, second all-team this year. My seniors, I think 4 of my bowlers were in the top 20, so just loaded with talent.
And before you find out if you go to the NCAA tournament with the SWAC tournament, you've got some games coming up against some nationally ranked teams. Morgan State, that's on February 14th through 16th this week in the James Brown Invitational. Also, you'll be at North Carolina A&T and the Stallings Invite, and going to be in the HBCU Invitational in Atlanta. So you've got some tournaments coming up. Do you look for that as kind of a tune-up for the SWAC championship?
Yes, well, unfortunately, we're not going to Morgan State. There's bad weather there this weekend, so we're not going to make that trip.
Mm-hmm.
But NCAT's going to be a very challenging one. They're going to have a variety of teams there, top 20 teams from the MEAC. We're looking forward to going and see some other schools. We've bowled the last 28 games against SWAC play, and we're tired of seeing SWAC. So
right.
Want to step out of the conference for a while and go, bowl some new faces and beat up on some new people.
When the SWAC tournament comes up March 21st through 23rd in Arlington, Texas, it'll be on ESPN. Plus and all the ESPN family networks. So obviously going to be a big time for you, a chance to go to the NCAA tournament. I know that y'all lost it barely last year. Alabama State, it was tough. And so how do you get your and a lot of your players were there for last year. So how do you get that out of their mind, or do you talk about it at all? Do you even bring it up?
I mean, we've talked about it and we've moved on. We're ready to get tuned up, get primed and ready for it. This is their last chance. These girls know what's in front of them. They want it, and they're going to get it, man. We're gonna, like I said, this is going to be a month of tune-up. I mean, we're going to these tournaments to compete. We're going to win, but we're going to get prepared to take it all in Dallas. That's the goal.
No question about that. So when you're champions and what have you, this is the bling that you wear right there. Look at that. Look at those rings right there. Unbelievable. Did they get theirs yet?
No, been talking to Kirshner, and we're going to do it this weekend, either Saturday or Monday. We'll figure it out.
It's a big deal. I know you're proud of these athletes, big time, and I can't wait to see y'all in Dallas.
Yeah, we're ready to get there. This is the only part of the season that I hate. We got to wait them. The girls are ready and they're hot. They're ready to bowl, and we got to wait a month now. And it's like 5 weeks, and you got to just keep them upbeat. And I mean, although they're ready, I'll pull my ball out a couple of times and beat them up, so they'll be all right. But but I just I want people to start tuning in and watch, man. It's not like Friday night bowling when you're bowling a score of 90 with a beer.
Yeah,
these girls are bowling on tough shots, and Coach Banks and Coach Kerr saw them. I mean, they were throwing strikes in clutch moments when we needed them. And Texas Southern, they tried to upset us in the 9th and 10th frame. The girls just came through. They were throwing strikes like our basketball team shoot threes.
Wow. Well, last year I was on the edge of my seat watching that tournament, man. That was unbelievable. It was a great tournament. Can't wait to see it again. Ladies and gentlemen, Barry Doyle, Jaguar Nation, 3-time regular season champ and 3-time SWAC Coach of the Year. How about that? Thank you, Coach. Good job. I don't know if I could fist bump you, brother. There you go. Well, I've broken fingers all night.
This one's heavy.
Yes, indeed. That's huge.
I'm not going to wear this in a lot.
That's as big as my truck. That's unbelievable, man. Congratulations. Good job. All right, when we come back, we're talking basketball. Coach Carlos Funches joins us on the show as we continue with the Overtime Show with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics. Back here from the world-famous TJ Ribs right after this timeout.
Legendary Import Group. Exceptional service and a rare collection. You'll discover the only distinctive photo for the legend in you. We are legendary.
I am legendary.
I'm Team Legendary.
I am legendary.
I am legendary.
Now that's legendary.
Stop by Legendary Import Group today, where our team is honored to serve you. We are legendary.
Legendary Import Group, the only place for legendary care.
We're connected to the collection.
Hello, this is Pro Football Hall of Fame Aeneas Williams, and I'm so excited to talk to the Jaguar family, a.k.a. the Southern University. You see it behind me representing. But I got something to say, just like Harold Carmichael and Mel Blount, my fellow Hall of Famers. What we got to say, it's time. We got the S Club. And the S Club, all of us can be a part of that club. And that is how you contribute, where these dollars go specifically and directly, intentionally into our football program. It's time to take our football program and support these young men. We're talking about All-Americans. We're talking about future stars, not only in the NFL, but also off the field. And you get a chance, whatever small or big your amount is, don't think about it like that. Think about your donation as what we call tributaries. Small bodies of water that all dump into a big lake. We're getting ready to change the game. We win divisions. We dominate. SWAC. Let's go. Why y'all so quiet? Let's go.
All right, welcome back, everybody. How about Becca back there running the music she is the DJ today. Becca's the DJ today. Jonah is running around, got his hat backwards and all that stuff. Jonah's running around like always, making sure those ribs are good.
Man, it's hard to see back there, Chris.
I know, that light. And even we had TV people here last week. They said, man, that light's bright. I said, you guys are on TV. I stared at that thing for almost 2 hours, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, at least they're not hot like they used to be.
Oh, I know.
Thank God for LEDs.
That's it. Carlos Funches is here in the house, women's basketball head coach. Coach, thanks for being on the program, and big games coming up. You went to Alabama. You won at Alabama State. You won at Alabama A&M. Right now your team is in second place right behind a team called Texas Southern, who, by the way, comes in tomorrow night at the Mini-Dome. 6:30 tip-off. Ought to be a fun game.
Well, it's going to be a championship atmosphere, kind of like it was when we went to Alabama A&M on Saturday. I mean, the crowd was rocking. We were in a hostile environment, and the young ladies delivered. I mean, they responded.
And right now you're just 2 games out of first place, so big game. It's going to be a big game. And you really had that game in control when you played the Tigers on the road in Houston.
We did. We went into the fourth quarter up by 15, and I think fatigue played a big factor. I should have probably subbed a little bit more than I did coming down the stretch.
I can't believe you're saying that.
I should have, but I think fatigue was a big factor. But I have to give them credit because they made a lot of shots. I think they were 8 for 10 in the fourth quarter.
Ania Gordine is just absolutely unbelievable. 12.4 points per ball game. She leads the team in rebounds at 5.0 rebounds a game, and then steals at 2.4. She is really all over the court.
You know, I was looking at the stats on yesterday, and I think she ranks in the top 10 in about 6 categories here in the conference.
Wow.
So she's been playing amazing. She's getting better and better each and every game, and she's a threat to get a triple-double every night.
We had point guards forever. It seems like forever, the same point guards. Now we get a new one in Sanders, and she's coming out, and she is averaging 3.2 assists per game.
Yeah, I mean, she's one of the better players in this league at that point guard position. She was a 4-year starter at Alabama State, so we're fortunate to have her. And, she just brings that leadership that it takes to win championships.
I'm noticing Tiona Lynch is she's getting it as the season goes on. She's starting to get more and more confidence right there down low.
Yeah, Tiana's really improved her game steadily since she got here, from a freshman year to now. Offensively, she's really gotten better. And we got to get the ball to her more. I mean, we need to get her at least 10 to 12 attempts per game, and that's going to be one of the things we're going to try to do tomorrow night.
Aaliyah Fontenot, obviously she's a three-point assassin. This year she's not as much in the threes as she normally is. She is hitting about 35% from downtown, which is still not bad at all. But I notice she runs points sometimes.
Well, that's the thing. She's been having to run that point guard position, and she's really transitioned into more of a point guard, but she can still shoot the ball, and she's capable of hitting 5 or 6 threes any given night.
And a lot of people think, oh, well, she's on the court. It's easy to transition between a point guard and what have you. No, it's not. From a wing player to a point guard or, whatever you got her at. You had her at the 1, right?
Yeah, she's been playing the point guard a lot for us. She's really our backup point guard. Right. We've had to make some adjustments because some people went down with injuries and things like that, but we've asked her to sacrifice some of her offensive game to just be a facilitator.
Right. And then, of course, Sanaya Reed, when she gets on, I told you that. She plays bigger than her 6-foot frame because of her wingspan and her leaping ability. And like you said, and I noticed when you told me that she has a pretty shot, and I watched that, she does. Follow through with the ball, perfect spin on the ball in rotation, going right in there. She does. Most every shot she takes looks like it's gone point, maybe a little bit too long or a little bit too short, but never really a bad-looking shot.
I mean, she can raise up. She can score from all 3 levels. She can shoot the 3. She can get to the mid-range, or she can take it all the way to the basket.
Yeah.
And she's been playing really, really well for us, and hopefully she'll continue that trend coming down the stretch.
Now, of course, as we mentioned, tomorrow night's game, big game. We need a championship atmosphere in the Mini-Dome as Southern will take on the Texas Southern Tigers in a battle really for first place. I mean, even though it won't be determined tomorrow, but we can knock it down to 1-game lead for Texas Southern. And not only that, Jackson State's right on our behind. They're also lost 2 games, but we beat them, so we own the head-to-head matchup there. But then on Saturday, a big game against Prairie View A&M and the Panthers. That ought to be a big game here, 2:30 start time.
It's going to be another big game. I mean, every game coming down the stretch with us having 2 losses, we need to win every game. We take it game by game, But every game is going to be huge. You know, then we have Grambling coming up after that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get any easier. It doesn't get any easier.
No, not at all.
You have to be locked in and focused each and every game.
Right. So big games coming up. We need you here again on tomorrow at the F.G. Clark Activity Center. Southern will take on a very tough Texas Southern Lady Tiger basketball team, still undefeated in conference play. And then on Saturday, Southern Lady Jags will start at 2:30 for the tip-off against the Prairie View A&M Panthers. Coach, good luck in the games.
Thank you so much, Chris. We need all that support we can get tomorrow night.
Come on, Jaguar
6:30.
Nation.
Come on out.
Come on,
Bring
Jaguar
a friend.
Nation, and be loud. Be loud tomorrow. All right, we'll come back. We're talking to Coach KJ, men's basketball. That's coming up right after this timeout as we're the Overtime Show with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics right here on Pelican Sports TV.
Baton Rouge Primary Care Collaborative, a name with a big mission. Providing high-quality health care to our entire community, regardless of your ability to pay. We provide primary care services for adults and children, with expanded services such as radiology, podiatry, ophthalmology, and on-site lab and pharmacy services. And our new location on Plank Road is open and ready to serve you. Call today, same-day appointments, and walk-ins welcome. We are Baton Rouge Primary Care Collaborative.
Mardi Gras isn't just about parades, it's also about tradition. Celebrate the season with the Mardi Gras scratch-offs from the lottery. Play trinkets and cash, win up to $5,000. Are you ready to let the good times roll? Play floats and totes, top prize $10,000. Catch one of these Mardi Gras scratch-offs from the lottery.
I can't imagine a day without music. You go downtown, you can find some music. You come uptown, you can find some music. Monday night, they got music. Every night of the week, there's music somewhere. Baton Rouge is a place where it's easy to make friends, it's easy to hear some music, and it's easy to come back. We got the music, we got the food, and we got good people. So with that combination, you can't lose, right?
You ever come to Louisiana?
Hi, I'm Mel Blount, four-time Super Bowl champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. I'm calling to ask for your support of the S Club. It's a great idea, a great concept. It's a way to bring customers and entertain them and support our student athletes. I'm all in. Are you?
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're staying with basketball right now. Coach KJ joins us in the house. Always looking sharp. How you doing, Coach?
My man, so good to be back with you.
Yes, indeed. Number one in conference play. They are 10-1 in conference play. Number one by 2 games over Jackson State and Bethune-Cookman. Look at the Wildcats coming there. Bethune-Cookman at 2 games out with a record of 8-3. Southern at 10-1. And, of course, overall, Southern University went to Alabama, beat Alabama A&M. 81-68 final score, and then Alabama State, tough game, lost it right at the end, made a big 3-point shot, 82-81 with a final loss, their first loss of the SWAC season.
Yep, first loss. Hope it's the last one.
That's exactly right. Well, your team's playing great. Michael Jacobs is coming in. And I mean, he's really taken over in SWAC play, averaging 9.9 points per ball game. Jordan Johnson, obviously, there as well, averaging 9.5 a game. But Michael Jacobs right now the leader in the clubhouse with the points per ball game, also in assists per game at 3 assists per ball game.
You know what? These guys are really developing, and we have a lot of guys trending up, not just Mike Jacobs, but Joe Manning, Cam Ambry, those guys. But this whole team, it's
right.
a total team effort. We don't have anybody averaging 20, 23 points a game, but when the guys are in there, they're effective, and that's how we build it.
And defensive play, Coach. Your defensive play has been unbelievable and not giving a lot of opportunity. You're getting a lot of defensive rebounds, not giving the opposing teams a lot of offensive rebounds and second chance shots.
Averaging over 38 rebounds a game. My goal is 40. I still think we can get there before the year is up. And our defense has been solid with the exception of that last game. I think that's the only game we've played in the last month and a half where our defense just, was not connected, and we didn't do a good job getting back in transition and stopping that ball, and it ended up costing us a close game. So the good thing is we'll get another crack at those guys.
And not only that, not only a selfish team, you average 14 assists per game too.
Well, when we're sharing the ball, that's when we're at our best. We tell our guys all the time we want to play advantage basketball. We want to create an advantage and let the ball find energy. And when that ball finds energy and it gets to the open guy, those are the shots that go in. And
getting a lot of steals, and forcing a lot of turnovers too.
6th in the country in steals, led by Andre Nunley. He's our team leader in steals.
He does, man.
He really gets our defense going. But I'm really proud of that statistic, being 6th in the nation in all of Division I. And we're still number 1 in bench scoring. So I'd like to finish the season with that honor.
Unbelievable. Nunley is like does it in 3 different vibes. I'm seeing 3 of him out there. Like I'm drunk doing the play-by-play. I see him standing here in front, then here on the side, and then here in the back. He gets behind you so much you still think he's in the front of you as a ball handler, and then all of a sudden the next thing you know, he is behind you stealing the ball.
He's tough. He's aggressive, and the thing I like about him, he's so competitive. And when he gets our team going, boy, usually it's a good sign for the Jags.
Yeah, no question about that. As we mentioned, big games coming up Saturday. About 5 p.m. is the start time. Southern will take on the Prairie View A&M Panthers. Going to be a big game, no question about that. Again, about 5 p.m. start time, so we need you out for that. The Panthers will be tough. Texas Southern is on Monday, a special time, not 6:30, but 8 p.m. 8 p.m. start time on Monday, as the game will be on ESPNU as we take on Texas Southern and the Tigers.
Look, we need you. One thing about that Alabama road trip, we're at A&M, and they got about 5,000 in that building, and it got loud, and, they helped, spur that team on. But we're able to finish them off, and no different at Alabama State. But we know we got the best fans. We need to pack that dome, and, you look back at that Jackson State game, we don't get that game without our fans. So come early, stay late, be loud, and get on those doggone referees.
Yeah, we've been the Mini Dome has been very loud throughout the last few games. Been unbelievable. In the Grambling game, it was deafening in there. Jackson State game was big. We've just been having big games. The crowds is not only showing up, but also just really loud and participating. They have great basketball knowledge.
What a great night. You get to wear all your blue and gold swag, come in the building and listen to the jukebox and shake your moneymaker.
That's it. That's right. That's right. Have yourself fun. It's a fun time, no question about that. We've got great music there, but a great basketball game. Again, it's going to be on ESPNU. And don't just say, well, the game's going to be on TV. I'll just watch it from home. Come on out there and show the Jaguar Nation is big in basketball and fill that Mini Dome up like we used to in the Coach Ben Jobe days.
We need you in the building. Get in the building.
And be loud and be proud of your Southern University Jaguar basketball team that's 10-1 in conference play, number 1 in the SWAC with 2-game lead over 2 teams. So that's going to be big. Coach, you're doing a great job. In just your second season, you've got this Jaguar team doing something they haven't done ever.
Chris, it's not me. It's those guys over there. I don't get to shoot anymore.
That's it. Well, you're constantly coaching those teams, regardless if you're up by 15 or you're down by 2 or 3. You're constantly coaching those guys. It seems like they're doing what they need to do. I like that a lot. This team seems to be, again, not a selfish team, and also know, if they get frustrated, they don't show it on the court, and that's big. I like that.
No, they just wait till they get in the locker room, and then they give it all
to
them.
And then it's great, because if you show it on the court, that affects your play. And let's face it, basketball is still a finesse sport. You got to be able to have a soft touch, put that ball up there, unless you're going to slam dunk it every single time.
Absolutely. You're right, Chris.
So, all right, man. I'll tell you what, this guy's awesome. Everybody is so proud of you, and everybody talks to me and says, man, Coach KJ in his second season, man. Second season. Had the team at 9-0 with the first time ever that Southern has been 9-0 in an 18-game schedule in the SWAC, and then now at 10-1 on season play. Coach, we're proud of you, and I know that you're not finished. You got another month, right about a month, because SWAC tournament play will be in mid-March already.
We're not done yet, oh?
No, they're not done. They want more.
I'll take it.
You want to be able to go to the NCAA tournament because of all the sports I've ever covered. The NCAA tournament is the most exciting sports thing I've ever been to. It's unbelievable.
I agree.
It is. It's so fun to see and you could feel the energy right when you walk into the arena. Unbelievable. All right, Coach. Good luck in this week's games.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, again Saturday and Monday, Southern University men's basketball. Again Saturday at about 5 o'clock, and on Monday 8 p.m. on ESPNU, a special tip-off. And by the way, we'll be having some autographs to some of our teams from bowling, also track and field, softball, and baseball. They'll be able to sign autographs at 7:15 at the Mini Dome. Come get your autograph posters and what have you there, as we have a little fan fest going on right there before the tip-off of that game. We'll be back with more as we continue with the Overtime Show with Athletic Director Roman Banks, a closer look at Jaguar Athletics. Coming up, our corporate sponsor, Dr. Robin Thomas from the Louisiana Department of Health, on the studio right here on the set. Back in a moment on Pelican Sports TV.
Mardi Gras isn't just about parades, it's also about tradition. Celebrate the season with the Mardi Gras scratch-offs from the lottery. Play trinkets and cash, win up to $5,000. Are you ready to let the good times roll? Play floats and totes. Top prize, $10,000. Catch one of these Mardi Gras scratch-offs from the lottery.
In a world where uncertainty reigns, one beacon of consistency emerges. Engineered for excellence and crafted with precision, it's more than a tool, it's a testament to your standards. Join the movement and elevate your expectations, because your time, your comfort, and your standards matter. Discover the difference. The Anthony Lawrence Collection.
The birth of legends are storied in this conference. We must never forget our rich history. We now turn our gaze to the future. The new legends will emerge. New heroes to arise. The Southwestern Athletic Conference. Be our history.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Overtime Show with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics. Corporate sponsorship is so big for athletics, period, regardless of what school you're at. It's huge for Southern University, and we're very happy to have Dr. Robin Thomas, the Louisiana Department of Health, to sponsor Southern University Athletics. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me here today.
Great for you to always be here. Listen to her title: PhD, MA, LPC, LMFT, NCC. My goodness gracious. You have titles for everything.
Yeah.
But you deserve it, and you're honored. And what I like about it, too, right here on Acadian, if you're coming from Perkins on Acadian, right there at the I-10, there is a sign right there by the stoplight.
Okay.
Right there by the signal light says 988 Suicide Prevention Hotline. Tell us what that hotline is all about. Obviously about suicide, but it's 24/7, right?
Yes, it's 24/7. And I do want to say it's not just for suicide. There's been a shift at the national level to include all type of crisis, so not just suicide. So for problems big and small. So if you're feeling stressed, maybe you're feeling lonely, sad, anxious, depressed, or maybe you're having thoughts of suicide, 988 is available. It's a 3-digit code. It's easy to remember, right? And you're in the middle of a crisis. It's an easy 3-digit number that you can call. And it is 24/7. It's available 7 days a week, 365 days, and it's confidential. There's no cost to reach out to 988. And when you reach out, you're going to reach someone that's extensively trained in crisis intervention, suicide prevention, and they're going to listen to you non-judgmentally. They're going to be compassionate. They're going to try and understand what's impacting you in that moment, and then they're going to collaborate with you on ways to feel better. And it provides immediate emotional support, and they can also connect you to local resources if that's needed.
Yeah, hopefully your family's never been touched by suicide. Unfortunately, mine has. It's very sad. A cousin by marriage just went through a bad time and committed suicide. And I don't think they realize the effect that it has, not only just on the family,
right?
On his wife, my cousin, and on his daughters. The effect is still there, like 3 years later.
Right, and we call that contagion, and that is, stats say that about 135 people are impacted from every suicide death, right? Whether it's family, your colleagues, coworkers, friends, so it does trickle down.
Can they call the 988?
Yes, 988 is for everyone. Please share the information with your friends, your family, your loved ones. Go to the 988 website, start reading and educate yourself about what 988 is, and just have a conversation. We need more conversations like this to reduce stigma, to normalize the conversations around mental health, and to encourage people to call out to 988 if they need help.
You've been active in the state of Louisiana for suicide prevention among African Americans.
Yes.
It's a high rate right now, too high than we want.
Yes. So for many years now, experts, they have been sounding the alarm on the mental health crisis among young people. However, in 2018 to 2021, suicide rates for Black youth increased more than 36%, and that's far faster than any other racial ethnic group. So that's why it's so important that we take care of ourselves and we support our mental health to our communities at large, and especially to our colleges and our universities.
Yeah, through your leadership, which is unbelievable, you're advancing and getting people knowledge on suicide and what to look for.
Right.
Because I heard some signs from my cousin that I heard of, and immediately I knew, but they didn't. The family kind of just didn't look at it, and the signs were all there. And that's something that you're leading the task force and leading a charge on that. Look for the signs before it happens.
Right. And I will say suicide is a complex issue. It is a major public health concern, and there's really not one reason that you can tie to a suicide death, right? But we all have a role in preventing suicide. And the warning signs, like you're talking about, learning some of those warning signs, whether someone's maybe talking about looking for ways to harm themselves, maybe they're talking about being unbearable pain, maybe they're abusing substances, maybe there's reckless behavior. Those are some of the things that we look for that are warning signs that someone's at risk for suicide.
No question about that. Well, Dr. Robin Thomas, you have so many ways you can advertise. Why does the Louisiana Department of Health want to advertise for Southern University, help promote with Southern University?
Okay, so we have worked with Southern University. We have a public awareness campaign. It's important that we reach out to our college students, especially the BIPOC community, because they are at high risk. We did a lot of work around the Bayou Classic. We wanted to target a huge event that would bring awareness and education so that our BIPOC communities can have access to 988 as a resource. We were able to work with the Southern University Queen. We were able to work with the band, and we were able to work with student ambassadors. The band, they did videos talking about how they protect their mental health, right? Because that population, they want to hear from us, but they want to hear from their peers as well. So we felt that it was very important. We did a huge campaign for a week, and actually it was recognized by SAMHSA, which is the Substance Abuse Mental Health Services Administration. They recognized the work that we did with the Bayou Classic, and the work that we did served as a model for a national HBCU initiative to increase awareness around 988.
Wow, I like that a lot. Dr. Robin Thomas, Louisiana Department of Health, thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you for having me. Go Jags.
Yes, indeed. Taylor DeBorg, Assistant Director of Marketing, back in a moment right here on Pelican Sports TV.
At TJ Ribs, we are passionate about three things: great food, exceptional service, and Southern University sports. Whether it's a watch party, tailgating event, or family meal, we're here to bring the party to you. Go Jags.
In my Louisiana, the day starts at 4 a.m.
In my Louisiana, every meal is a celebration.
My Louisiana really makes me wonder.
Ours is fast!
With real-life swamp creatures!
In my Louisiana, music is a way of life.
My Louisiana is sheer magic.
Sun up to sundown.
Till sunup again. What will your Louisiana be?
When you find your Louisiana, you feed your soul.
All right, welcome back, everybody, as we continue to bring you right here. Overtime show with Athletic Director Roman Banks, a closer look at Jaguar Athletics. Hi, everybody. Chris Powers and Taylor DeBoer, Assistant Director of Marketing at Southern University and Development. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Awesome deal. You're doing so much. There's no question about that. There's several promotions that are coming up. Let's talk about it. How about the Graves edition? How is the Terrence Graves edition going?
So before we start, some people should have a bingo card. It's time to play bingo. So we're going to use these crayons that are on your table to play bingo. Okay, so the object of the game is to listen to what I'm saying very closely, right? We're going to black out the bingo card since we have so much time, and the winner will receive a prize at the end of the TJ Ribs overtime show.
Oh, wow. I like that.
You have to have everything correct, okay?
Can I play?
No, you can't play.
Oh,
we can't even put our little tickets in the little bowl.
I never do the fun stuff.
All right, so ask me these questions again now that everybody's ready with their bingo card.
Are you ready? Ready to play bingo. Sometimes there's fights for bingos and all that stuff.
Yeah, no fighting, please, please.
Graves edition.
Yeah, so the Graves edition is still out now that we have won that SWAC championship. We are still asking for donations to be made. You can find all the information that you need on gojagsports.com. We are asking for you guys to support to help with recruitment, travel, nutrition, everything that you feel and we feel a student athlete will need to survive in life and on campus.
All right. How about the soccer locker program campaign?
Yes. So we have the soccer locker room naming initiative. Since we also just won the SWAC championship with them too, we are releasing that again. You guys can find out more information. We still have lockers that are available. You guys, if you have any questions, just let me know. We do have payment plans as well as different years for different tiers. So we have a 1-year program, a 3-year, and a 5-year that you are able to purchase as well.
How about Super Bowl recap? The of course, Human Jukebox, $128 million estimated when they watched the jukebox come out with Harry Connick Jr. and Master P and all that. That was absolutely unbelievable.
Yes, so actually we had 13 students participate, whether they were a part of our Jaguar Athletics internship or student workers within the Department of Athletics, to work pre-week for the Super Bowl as well as Super Bowl day. And they worked super hard. It was about 13 to 24 hours for some of the shifts. They made connections along the way. They got to see their football players. I'm not going to lie, they look a little bit better on TV sometimes, but they were looking good on the field. So we got to see them close up and personal, and we got to raise money well with that.
We got some big events coming up for Southern University Athletics, including tomorrow night with a big game on Thursday for the Lady Jags. That's a 6:30 start. On Saturday, a doubleheader.
Yes,
that
we
begins
do.
at 2:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. for the men's game, and then the big ESPNU game on Monday.
Yes, and it's also a weekend full of activities, too. So it's junior night that will start on tomorrow. We do have church night and One Love night that will start on Saturday, and then we go back to junior night that will happen on that Monday. And so all kids get in for free. If you have a church, wear your paraphernalia, and so that you will come in with a discounted price.
And a chance to win $1,000 for the men's game, right?
Yes, I know,
ESPNU,
right?
Huh?
I wish they could pick me.
I can't participate in that
I'll show them a
either.
little shots
That's
real
it.
quick.
That's right. You can win $1,000. How do people sign up for that? Do they sign up somewhere before the game?
Yeah, so we'll actually have our raffle tickets, and so if you stop at the EFCU financial booth that is on the concourse, you'll be able to receive that raffle ticket and just hope to be called.
Right, and Saturday for the first 100 fans to get in the game, you get a free Raising Cane's gift card, too, by the way.
Yes, sir.
How about that?
I'm here for it. I love me some chicken. Chicken, what you
Yes,
picking?
indeed. That's it. Jagathon is coming up on March 28th. third floor of the A.W. Mumford Fieldhouse.
Yes, sir. All-day affair. This is our annual fundraising campaign where you guys get to come and see our student athletes in person, our coaches in person, and just contribute to all of the things that we are doing here in the Department of Athletics.
And then another big event that helps raise money for the athletic department, the third annual Southern University Athletics Gala, August 16th, 2025.
Yes, I don't think they heard you. It's August 16th, 2025. This is the earliest that we have released the date for our gala. So you know it's time for them to go ahead and just slide that in and get their tables now, get their tickets. Of course, more information will come, but that is August 16th at the Raising Cane's River Center for the third annual gala.
And the reason it's early is because we play in the SWAC MEAC Challenge in football in Atlanta.
Yes, sir. You already know.
That's right. Season tickets for football applications are open right now, we understand.
Yes, they're open right now. You guys can also go on gojagsports.com to fill out that application. They are accepting all applications. Once they get through that, then you will receive a notification if you are a season ticket holder or not.
Right, and baseball too. Renew your Southern University baseball season tickets, and we also have new season tickets if you want to do that as well. You can call 225-771-3171. That's the ticket hotline right there.
Yes, sir. And I also want to recap, we did have our volleyball brunch set spike that just happened, so we want to say thank you to everybody who came out and support our volleyball team as well as our baseball team for our first pitch banquet. It all was a success. Then we have one bingo over here, so just come see me after, okay?
Bingo. Did they yell bingo though? They didn't yell bingo. Who's got bingo?
We got a little hand. We have 2 bingos, 3 bingos, 4 bingos, 5. That's what we like to see.
See, I told you.
You get a prize. You get a prize.
And we didn't even mention Lakuma Kids Club yet.
I know, and the Lakuma Kids Club is open enrollment all day, every day. So if you have any kids between 5 to 12, just let me know. We'll love to enroll them in. They can go to GoJag Sports. We have a lot of events lined up for both this spring and fall.
Tic-tac-toe. Oh, no, we're not playing that.
We're playing bingo.
Jonah is here in the house. Jonah, what you got, my man?
How you doing? I got a couple things. First, a couple tickets to give away. So we got 2 sets of tickets to this weekend's game to Prairie View A&M. Let's get started. Let's see. First, I've got Laravis Davis. Is that what I'm reading right there?
Yep.
There we go.
We got it.
Right. Great job.
Congratulations there.
And this is from TJ Ribs, by the way, these tickets.
Yes. Let me shake them up before people think I'm just rigging the game.
Chris Bowers, good night.
Gerald Banks.
There we go.
There you go.
We did 2
Good
tickets.
job.
We also got some food for you, Chris.
All right,
Just
what do you
for
got?
Chris, though?
Tell us what you got.
Can I have a little piece?
Look how
we did a little
fancy
extra this time.
There
SU for
we
them
go.
Jaguars. I'm going to hand that to you,
What
Chris.
is this?
So those are our fried green tomatoes. It's a hand-breaded tomato with a blue cheese dressing and a balsamic vinaigrette that we drizzle on top. One of our best-selling appetizers, and if you guys don't know right now, we are doing half-off appetizers as well as happy hour at the bar. Mondays and Thursdays. It lasted all the way through football season, all the way to next football season as well.
All right, cool deal. All right, cool deal. Well, thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Taylor, thank you as always.
thank
Doing a
you.
great job. We'll be back in 2 weeks for the big overtime show with Athletic Director Roman Banks. And don't forget, tomorrow, Lady Jags tip off at 6:30 p.m. against Texas Southern in a battle for first place. And then on Saturday, 2:30 start time as Southern will take on Prairie View A&M and the Panthers. Then about 5 o'clock, the men will take on the Panthers of Prairie View A&M. And then Monday, 8 p.m. start time, ESPNU. Come on out as Southern will take on Texas Southern, a national televised game. Until then, I'm Chris Powers and Taylor saying so long, everybody.
Jags.